Hey, good morning. This is Joe from Citrus County Porch Life, bringing you a daily word for men for March 4th, 2025. I'm actually taping this Saturday, March 1st. I say taping, it should be recording. You know, those old folks of us were used to taping. I had a reel-to-reel tape, and I had a little reel-to-reel tape. I had both types, and then I had a cassette. And so I'm used to saying the word tape when I do mean record. And the word for today is responsive. Stay alert. Watch out for your great enemy, the devil. He prowls around like a roaring lion, looking for someone to devour. The parents relaxed on the couch, knowing their son was asleep. They mistakenly assumed he had stayed in his toddler bed. He slept peacefully at the top of the stairs, just out of sight. While they talked, a disruptive thumping sound grew louder and closer. Having rolled over in his sleep, their son was now flopping down each step like a rag doll. Decisively and without hesitation, the father leapt over the couch, slid across the wood floor, and caught the baby before he hit the hard landing, his head millimeters away from cracking into the corner post. Being responsive is important on many levels. It is critical to watch and listen so we are ready to respond. We need to be alert and ready, not taken by surprise with circumstance or possibility. We have internal response systems that are made for bursts of powerful energy, and a large part of our role is to be protective. God has put within us the strength needed for every task. And the question today is, do you find yourself in place of readiness or needing to be awakened? And for me, I'm learning to be ready. I don't need to be awakened, but I need to learn more about this readiness. Because the great enemy, the devil, is truly out there. And I don't know, I always had the opinion, well, I'm not worried about the devil. Why would he even bother with someone like me? You know, there's bigger fish to fry. But I guess losing souls is a great victory for him, taking them away from God. And, you know, a catch is a catch. And I'm reading this wonderful book. I started it about a week ago, and it is called The Prince of the Power of the Air in the Last Days. Satanology, History, Prophecy, Technology, and it's written by Jeffrey W. Modis. And the publishing house is, let me see, Sword in Hand pub.com, Defender Publishing. And that's his own publishing house. But I'll give you a picture of the book. And it has brought up some thoughts I never even thought of. In the Synoptic Gospels, there is a story of a great storm at sea, and it says, "And behold, there arose a great tempest in the sea, insomuch that the ship was covered with waves." That was from Matthew. And from Mark, "And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so now it was full." That's from Mark 4:37. there came down a storm of wind on the lake, and they were filled with water and were in jeopardy. And that was Luke 8:28. And this village of the Gadarenes, they encountered two men inhabited by the largest concentration of devil spirits mentioned anywhere in the Bible, and they were named Legion. And this is a quote, "The interesting thing about this is that just before this meeting, the Lord and the disciples are faced with a violent wind. And he posits that it was no coincidence that these two things happened one after the other. And I had never thought about that. And this is a very good book. It has lots of illustrations to prove the author's point. But it's all about the title, The Prince of the Power of the Air. And that truly is what a devil is. And it shows a storm in that illustration. Very good book. I'm on page 87. It's not a very long read. It's there's an appendix, but the final page is 302, so it's 300 pages. And it is packed with information on how the devil lies in wait for us. And even one soul, even if you think you're not important, is a great victory for him. So this is a very apropos reading today. And Peter says, your great enemy, the devil. And we've got to remember that every day of our lives, that he's lying in wait for us. And I don't know. Here's the back cover of the book. It's a coincidence, I think, that, this guy posits that there are no coincidences in the world, but that I'm coming up on this reading, and I just read yesterday this about the two men possessed in Gadarenes, and the storm and the legion of spirits that had infested the men. So look and see if there's a price on it. It says $19.95, but you can get it a lot cheaper than that. And so it kind of confirms this. Be on the lookout, be ready. And even if it isn't the devil, it's Christ coming. Remember the virgins that didn't keep the oil for their lamps, and you might get cast out if you're not ready. And being ready means maintaining a certain sobriety so that you can, I don't mean sobriety from alcohol, any kind of thing that would transgress the laws of the Lord. Maybe a sex addict, always going out and looking for sex, and you're not ready. He's going to come. He's coming back for us, and you got to be ready. And you got to be ready against the devil. So that's my thoughts on this wonderful chapter, Responsive, from the Daily Word for Men. So have a safe and wonderful Tuesday. God bless, and see you tomorrow.